Christine Part Basil with.
This is Dazza.
And we're in the garage, and if you want to know what all this lot is, then tune in to our home renovation vlog. I'll put a link up below and down the bottom and find out what's happening there. We are moving out today and we are moving into an Airbnb. We can't get in for another couple of hours. We're also waiting for a toilet. That should be arriving today. So we're going to nip round to Starbucks, come with us. And what we're going to talk about in today's vlog is getting an Airbnb in Orlando, because we've done a lot of Airbnbs and even we ran into a few challenges here. So we'll share our experiences, give you our tips. So come with us as we go and have a coffee and tell you about getting an Airbnb in Orlando, Florida.
Every change has a reason, baby, let it come to you. Every soul, every season lives outside of status quo. If we stop believing we're meant to be, expanding our abilities. If the passion's gone, we are doing it wrong. Baby, you and I should start living now. With the whole world at our feet, we could stay or we could leave. There is nothing in between. So baby, we should start living now. 'Cause we only have this life. Wanna laugh and wanna cry. I don't wanna waste my time. So baby, we should start living now. Baby, we should start living now.
So back home, aren't we?
Back home.
Got us fleeces on actually. It was freezing this morning. Literally freezing. It was 0 degrees. It does get that way in Florida, 2 or 3 days a year.
Yeah.
Around Christmas time. So yeah, we brought our Starbucks back with us because it was noisy. It was nice that we sat out in the sunshine, but we couldn't have had a conversation with you because of all the chatter. A lot of people being interviewed for different things, weren't there, out
Yeah,
there?
there's a lot of people out, wasn't there?
Yeah. So I got a lemon pound cake, and I got a grande latte, and Machu got
Tall latte.
tall latte. Something to keep us warm on a cold day.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Airbnbs. And the reason we're sat outside is and not inside in the warmth is we don't have anything to sit on.
Nope.
Because it's all in the garage at the moment, so we're sat out here on the patio furniture. But let's talk about Airbnbs. So we've had Airbnbs for quite a few years now. We've used them when we came over down here. We use them when we go to England. So we're quite experienced in Airbnbs. I don't think any further than England we've used them in the US, have we? I don't use them in any other countries so far.
Don't think so.
No.
Them two countries.
Yeah, and if you don't know what Airbnb is, it's kind of people buy a house and they rent it out. It's a website. Get the app. Put a link above or below, and then you go there and you choose your dates and they choose the type of accommodation you want, and then it gives you prices for that. And we have to be out of the house for 2 weeks, and we looked at going in a hotel. But Airbnbs worked out about the same price. Actually, for a month, they're actually even cheaper, aren't they?
If you go longer. The longer you go, usually
the cheaper it is. But there's a couple of rules and a couple of gotchas. I mean, we're going to take you, when we finish this vlog, you will come with us for the first time to look at this Airbnb, and we'll see what it's like. We're paying about $100 a night for this place in Orlando. Prices vary, but what we did first, if you're going to book an Airbnb, first thing you want to do is look at location, because that's important, isn't it? And if you're coming to Orlando, there's a couple of gotchas here. If anybody says to you that you're in Davenport or what else down there on the
like
iPhone,
Haines City,
or Haines City, and you are 20 minutes from Disney,
you're
not 20 minutes from Disney. I'll insert a picture here of somebody who's asking a question on Facebook, I think this week, about they couldn't understand why it was taking them an hour, and they had a screenshot of the I-4 that stopped. If you're on the I-4, it's going to take you a long time to get from the south into Orlando, and the best way for you to check it is a very simple way. If you're planning to travel into Orlando from the south at say 8 o'clock in the morning, which is 1 p.m. UK time, go on Google Maps about 1 p.m. and just say from wherever you're looking to come from, to say Disney or Universal. I'll not give you an accurate number because that's the real time.
Yeah.
As it's happening now, you're okay in the UK, you're ahead of the US. We'll be able to go back in time. So it's 1 p.m. Just say, like I say, Haines City, to Universal Studios, and it'll tell you how long it's going to take on that particular day at that particular time, which may change, but it'll give you a good feel for how long it's going to take. So for us, we wanted somewhere about 30 minutes from the house, because this isn't our first.
No further than 30.
No further than 30 minutes, because this isn't our first rodeo for doing these things, and you always need bits. There's always things missing. There's always things you got to buy, and what happens is the contractors end up going to get it for you, and A, you're paying for their time, and B, while they're getting it, they're not working. So we wanted to be near a Lowe's or a Home Depot, and there aren't any near us. And where we first picked a location, well, let's take a step back. The first one we picked was on iDrive. So number one is find your location. And if you're looking, you have somebody who lives there. Like when we go back to our hometown, we have our family go and check it out. Now what we did was we found one, and it looked good, and we booked it. And we were going judging by the pictures. We didn't go and check that one out, did we? It was on iDrive. We thought it was okay. It was walking distance to some restaurants and bars and things. Less than half an hour from the house. And then 2 weeks before we were due to go, I got it wasn't a message. It wasn't even a phone call from. It was a phone call as well, actually, from Airbnb saying, the Airbnb host has tried to contact you to tell you it's cancelled, but you haven't responded. And I'm like, first time I'd heard of this. They said, well, they contacted you, you didn't respond. So there's like a messaging system in Airbnb. So I screen grabbed that, sent it to the person calling me from Airbnb and said, or messaging me at this time, obviously we're chatting, and I said, no message. They went, oh. I said, I'm not happy about it because it was less than 2 weeks to go. The other trick with Airbnb is you've got to book well ahead. Yeah. Because the closer you get to the timeline, the less choice you have, and the more the prices go up. So we were booking, 6-8 weeks out. This was 2 weeks before we were due to come in here, and everything was settled, deposits were paid, and then they just cancelled. And the excuse they gave was, we have hurricane damage and the property is not usable. So okay, we booked in December. The hurricane was when? October. So you're telling me 2 weeks before we were supposed to go around Christmas when they called us that now they're just saying they have hurricane damage and the hurricane was 3 months ago? It smelt all of somebody changing their mind.
They've changed their mind, or they've got a better offer.
Or they got a better offer or something.
They
want to use it at that time, because people own these properties and they want to use it. So we think that's what happened. Now I made a mistake with this one, and this is one of my top tips. If you're going to book somewhere, always look for something called a superhost, because a superhost is somebody who's got a good reputation. I mean, the place got 4 or 5 stars. That's the other tip, is go and check them out, make sure they get good 4 or 5 stars. But this was not a superhost, and so that kind of, I broke my own rule there for doing that. But what I did do, the other rule you want to do is, one of the filters when you're booking Airbnb is you need to be able to free cancellation. Basically, so we always pick one where you can free cancel sort of at least a week before, even if I'm booking months out, because you never know what's going to happen. So I had free cancellation, so that was okay. And then, the Airbnb person said, yeah. I said I was very upset because it was 2 weeks before we were due to come. Prices had gone up, choices had gone down, and the response I got, and I'll put it in the screenshot if I took it, was, oh, I'd be upset too if I were you. Oh, it's the end of my shift, I can't talk to you anymore now, I'll contact you tomorrow. So I'm like, great. Anyway, I didn't wait. They didn't contact me the next day, but what I did was go online and cancel because there was no penalty. And then we started to look at the second location that we were going to go for, which was again in the same sort of area
near SeaWorld.
Near SeaWorld again, and we this time I went for Superhost. Again, I booked it for a free cancellation, and it was across the road, I think, from the other one. It wasn't far away from the other one. It was the same area. And then we got thinking about these renovations, as I just mentioned, and all the things we went through last time, and all the things I mentioned about paying for other people to do it. And we thought we better, and we looked, and Lowe's and Home Depot were in the wrong direction, and at least half an hour in the wrong direction to come back to the house, half an hour in the other direction. So we cancelled the second one. We, said sorry. And again, it was free cancellation, so we're okay. And then we started to look, when I talk about location is look for that, it's important, isn't it? So we looked for Lowe's and Home Depot, and we managed to find one that literally was across the road.
Well, it's fairly near to Home Depot and fairly near to Lowe's, isn't it?
Yeah, so we can go and get the stuff when the builders call us.
I mean, they're in busy areas, but we're still closer than what we would be on International Drive.
Yeah, we're heading in the right direction. We're literally 5-10 minutes away from those, and then we can head half an hour over to the house. and we want to come over on a regular basis and keep you updated and us updated what's happening.
Keep an eye on them.
Keep an eye on them, yeah. So this time, went for a Superhost, went for one that had free cancellation a week before, and we also went to scout this one out, didn't we? We were trying to work out from the photos where it was. And a tip is, look at, if they have a swimming pool, look at that, and then go on Google Earth and have a look at that. You know, they never give you on Airbnb the exact location till about a week before, but you can usually tell from some things like views from the outside. And from that, we managed to find where this place was near the loop. And I'll just insert a clip here. This is us about a week ago going out there to try and scout it out and work out which apartment we were in.
But we couldn't do it then.
I was like, well, you know, we'll show people what happened. So another tip, if you have friends locally or like we are local, go and check out where the Airbnb is. Go and check the area out. They don't give you the address until like a couple of days before. Some don't anyway, to a few days before, but we narrowed it down on the map. We looked at the photos and we found out we're in this resort here. And from the photos, there's a swimming pool over there. And there's a couple of things we know. It has a balcony.
Yeah.
And it has a garage to get into it. And it looked like you could see the swimming pool. So do you think it's one of these here? Because these... Well, I had a balcony out. It's one of those balconies, is it? But it was on a corner as well, so we're just trying to work out. Also gives you a feel for the land if it's you know, a safe area. This isn't a gated community, but we may just walk around this block here. We're not going to stay too long. You need a parking pass to be here, and we will get towed if we stay too long. There is an elevator in the building as well, I'm told. The pool is just over there, but there's nothing around here that looks at the pool, is there? Unless it's one of these. And it also has, according to the, we read the notes, some people, you know, the reviews, and they said they had to go through a garage to get in, which was a pain. And there are garages on this thing here. Like this is the way you get into the flats. So it wouldn't surprise me if it's one of these. I mean, what else is close where you can see the pool? Unless it's one of these on the end here. We will find out in about a week today, but we just thought we'd scout the area out. Check it out, it seems okay, doesn't it? These do have elevators in, that's another thing we checked for getting upstairs. So it's either going to be one of those over there, but this is the pool. And you say you could see the top of the pool, didn't you? From the, and that's where we recognised it actually, was the shape of the pool. It had a picture of the pool and we looked around this area, and this was the only one that had a pool this shape. So the other thing it could be, Max, is one of those over there.
Yeah.
Over that side.
Okay.
But we'll find out in a week, won't we?
Yeah.
Yep. So as you saw, we didn't quite work it out, did we? Where it was. It didn't make sense to us from what you saw online and what we saw outside. So we came back, but we have contacted that host. We've been doing the correspondence this week around... actually, we want 2 parking passes because we did see when we were there. It was like we weren't sure if we were going to have to leave one car out on the main road.
Which we didn't really want to do.
No, and we did just message her on this messaging service that you get with Airbnb. So whenever you book it, always message your host, say hello, say where you're going, build a rapport, and then they... I said, hey, I need 2 parking. We got 2 cars. What do we do? She goes, oh, I'll get you 2 parking passes. She told me today we're getting a fob to kind of get into the building, but only 1. And I said, well, you know, we might, you know, there's 2 of us. Can we get 2 fobs? She goes, no, but there's a code and a keypad, and she gave me that as well. So come with us. We've got to work out how to get the fob, then how to get in the building, and then just show you what we got here for 100. And actually, it was a little bit cheaper than the last place, wasn't it? This.
Yeah, it did work out a little bit cheaper.
But it was a bit smaller.
Yeah.
But it was on a higher floor. It's quite a newer apartment. It has a working area for me. Has Wi-Fi. That's the thing, is check for free Wi-Fi. The other thing to check is on some of these, they don't have washers and dryers in, do they?
No, they're like a community washer and dryer.
Yeah, be careful because they check the box. If there's a filter you can put on Airbnb when you're looking for something. Say you want a washer and a dryer, and say, yeah, we got one. And then when you look at all the details, it says in the complex.
In the building.
In the building, yeah. So we wanted a washer and dryer in the room.
In the unit.
In the unit, because we're going for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So make sure they've got free Wi-Fi. This is pet friendly if you've got pets. Like if people are bringing pets with them, but you never know. Full kitchen, Wi-Fi. We have access to a gym and a pool, so we'll be a lot fitter when we get back, won't we? Probably from running backwards and forwards here to the house.
Yeah, I don't think we'll have time to be in the pool, and it's a bit cold at the moment.
It is a bit, yeah, but you can go and test if it's heated.
I don't think so.
Or the jacuzzi. And it is walking distance. Well, when we're there, we'll take you out to the loop If you saw the last vlog where we were going, giving you a view of the loop and what it was, that was part of the time when we were doing the checking out the building, wasn't it? That we decided to go and do that. And also for us, where we're going to go eat at BJ's and some of those other places. It is walking distance if you cross that busy road.
Yeah, I don't know if it's walking distance.
There's a few on the other side of the road.
I don't know if I'm going to be happy going across that road.
Yeah, we'll see.
Like 10 lanes.
Yeah, it could be a little bit in the dark.
Might not be fun. Might not end well.
So there we go. If you're going for an Airbnb, let's summarise these things, and then we'll go and look at it together and see if what I'm talking about makes sense. So number one is location. Pick your location. Go for a superhost. Make sure you get free cancellation. Check for those amenities like Wi-Fi and also the washer and dryer if you want it. Free parking's another one. Some have free parking, some don't have free parking. Ours does. This one does, because we don't want to be paying every night for parking, do we?
No.
On these, and some people just hire out hotel rooms. You will find regular hotel rooms on Airbnb. So I usually compare Airbnb with Expedia, and some people, I didn't realise that people buy hotel rooms and then rent them out.
The only problem with hotel rooms is that you need a little bit of a separate area for working, because you're just going to be working.
Yeah.
So, if it's just a hotel room, it's a bit cramped.
Yeah. And you don't really have a kitchen facility in there for cooking your own stuff. Though those rooms we had, what were those apartments we had? We had a month here when we were scouting for houses 2 years ago overlooking the lake.
Oh, we're in the Blue Heron.
Blue Heron, they're nice.
They were nice.
But they had a very high monthly charge if you were for paying for amenities, didn't they? If you bought them.
If you bought the place. It was like $850.
Yeah, but beautiful views over a lake, and the road was just a nightmare outside to get out, because you hit the traffic that was backed up.
That was another thing, we didn't want to be in the tourist areas, bang in the middle of the tourist areas.
Yeah, where we are is a loop, and it's busy near Hunters Creek, but it's also a little bit south of, like I say, I wanted walking for shopping. For us, for this particular trip, it had to be close to Lowe's and Home Depot. I'm going to be doing a business trip while we're there, so I need to be not too far from the airport. We did think about Melbourne and the beach, because as you saw, I'll put a link into that vlog, we did get an Airbnb and we went to Melbourne, but it puts us like an hour plus away from Orlando, and if anything goes wrong with the house, we just didn't want to risk it. And also I have to go on a business trip as well. We didn't know that at the time.
No, we didn't.
But I have to go on a business trip as well, which would have been a nightmare.
Yeah.
Getting back over here for MCO.
Yeah.
Because Melbourne wouldn't have had flights to go where I need to go. But there you go. We're going to finish these Starbucks and then come with us. We'll jump in the car. Hopefully the toilet will be delivered. We can't check in until 3 p.m. We have to be out by 10 p.m. on 10 a.m. correct, on the last day when we have to come out. It said put your trash out. In the room there's usually a schedule for putting the trash out. Things like that. Wi-Fi, rules of the house, no smoking,
no parties,
no drinking, all that kind of stuff.
What a shame.
Yeah, we'll have to go out and have parties. Party animals as well. Yeah. So anyway, we're gonna have these, have a drink together, and then join us as we get in the car and head out to the Airbnb, and let's see if we got a good deal or made a mistake. We'll see. So let me walk you through the booking process here, doing it on my iPad. First thing you're going to do is type in the destination you want to go. So obviously I'm going to put in Orlando, Florida. Then you pick the date window. I'm going to aim somewhere for the summertime. I'm going to put a week in here, I think, because you get a discount, extra discount if it's a week, bigger discount if it's a month when you put it in here. And then you add the guests, adults, children, infants and pets if you're bringing pets with you. And then it'll return a number of results. You'll see them on a map, you'll see the prices, you'll see some pictures. There's a lot of stuff there, so the first thing you're going to want to do is go and filter, and you see the filters at the top right. So first thing you can do is usually we have a price in mind, don't we? So first thing you can do is type in a price, or you can just slide that filter above it, and that'll take you down to, that's $124 a night maximum, I've said there, on the pricing. Then I'm picking an entire place rather than somewhere that's shared, which I normally do. Number of bedrooms, number of beds, number of bathrooms. And only pick a house apartment and stay away from the others. And then there's popular things that you might want. This is where you select the Wi-Fi, the kitchen. Do you want waterfront, free parking, washer dryer, of course, in this case, air conditioning, of course. And there's other things there you can see you can select. Next area is the important one, free cancellation. So make sure you do the free cancellation in there. And then the other thing I mentioned earlier on was superhost. So this is where you go in and say you want your superhost. And when you've done all that and saved all that, you see it filters down a lot more, and you can zoom in and you can see the various houses or condos available. If you click on one, then you should be able to get the pictures, and this is where you can try and work out where it is. When you see some of the views, again, I'm just clicking in and clicking in, and you'll see some of the views and the rough area to help you understand the layout of the house, the area the house is in, and you can get a look at the appliances and the layout and the decor and say, is this really something that you want to? Again, I'm doing this on the iPad. You can do it on a PC, you can do it on your phone, and when you select somewhere, you see there the breakdown of the pricing. I'll talk about the fees later on, but it'll give you something about the discounts of the pricing and what your cancellation date would be. So I made it here. Oh, and Max is pulling in just alongside me, about 2 minutes 30 seconds after me. There she is. So we made it here, and we're going to go out and find this key, and then we'll take you around the room. The other thing I'm not going to do on this vlog, look at the sun coming in. One thing I'm not going to do in this vlog is, he's made me think as well with the Tesla. This is the first time I've had to use it without having a garage to plug it in every night, and one of my no-nos is if you're going to get a Tesla, you really need a garage. So let's test it 2 weeks without having local charging and have to use superchargers. That'll be interesting for another vlog. So let's Max and I go and find this key, and we'll all together discover what this Airbnb is going to be like. And if you remember the vlog from last time, while we get out, we were filming just over there, and I think this is the apartment block here. So we were close, but we didn't know where it was. Let's go and find where this key is. Another reason we chose this place is it's got lifts.
Yes.
A lot of them don't have lifts, so that's sort of thing to check on you when you're looking at all the list of items, especially if you're moving a lot of bags like we do. Yeah, 306. It smells funky.
I'm going to college in a dorm.
302, 305, 304, 307. There we are. She said the door's open and the keys are inside. Are you ready?
Let's go.
Okay. There we go. There's the key for the front door. And there's 2 parking passes. Smells clean.
Smells nice.
So we have a kitchen, cooker, big sink, table. This is the work area, which isn't really a separate work area, but it's I think I'll probably work from here when I'm doing my calls, because then I've got the wall behind me. Let's have a look at the, obviously got a little seating area, TV, Wi-Fi, got all the switches for the Wi-Fi. We've got a balcony. Can I knock that up? Have a look. Should be right above the cars if we're roughly where we think we are.
Not quite.
Not quite, a bit further down, are we?
No, over there.
2 spots over here, aren't they?
Yeah.
That's John Young Parkway, is it?
Yeah.
Yep. And the loop's over that way. So you're going to get the sun here in the morning, aren't you? Shade in the afternoon like we get on this side. You got a little table and chairs. Dark, but I think that's because the curtains are closed. And also you don't get the sun on here in the afternoon. So come on, Max, show me what... Oh, some lights here. And a fan. Show what's behind door number 1. This must be the master bedroom, I would have thought.
There's only one bedroom.
That's what I say. So we have the main... Oh, it's quite big, isn't it?
It's quite big, isn't it? In fact, it's...
Probably, yeah. It probably doesn't come over on camera, but this is pretty... pretty big.
If we think it's big, it's big.
Yeah. American style big. Put your backpack down there.
Door number 2.
Door number 2. Open door number 2, which will be the bathroom or the closet. It's only be one of the 2. Okay.
Oops.
So we have, what's in here? Towels. Towels. Only got 2 towels in there. Do you bring any towels with us? I've only got 2 here as well. We have only 1 sink. I have to argue over that, but at least we've got our stuff for his junk, haven't we? Shower.
Shall we check the shower?
Yeah, so there's no hairs on it now after what happened in that other
Always
vlog.
check the shower.
Is it clean enough for you?
It is clean.
Did you bring soap with us?
I did bring soap.
Oh, wow.
Although there is soap and conditioner.
Oh, they've got dispenser things there, haven't they? Just like a hotel. What do we think, Sue? Is this door back to the living room or? Washer dryer.
Back to the living
To living
Back to the kitchen.
Oh yeah. So I guess yeah. Okay. So washer dryer. I'm guessing is behind this door, number 2 here.
Yeah, there's the washer dryer. Unfortunately, no light in here. I don't think. No light.
No, there's one above here. We can work out how to turn it on, which is here probably. There you go. And the other, oh, look at the black bands that's created. So yeah, the other thing is you can get these stackable washers, which aren't as, we wanted the full washers, that's another thing to check for. Because the stackable ones don't, if you're only coming for a couple of days, we're here for a couple of weeks. And that's probably the owner's closet that's locked, is it? Or not?
Another closet.
Another closet for cleaning stuff and coats. And they've put the Wi-Fi on there as well. So what do you think then, Max? Yeah, if I'm working from here, there may be a bit of a challenge with I'm going to have my headphones on, but I'll probably have the laptop on here. Now we've got power. We've got power under there, so I can run an extension. And probably link my laptop across there. Put this for all the charging stuff for the cameras and the laptops and iPads and things. So we'll go and get our suitcases, put these parking passes in the cars. They've left us some water and some Oreo snacks. I'm guessing the fridge won't have anything in it. Oh, they have a coffee maker and a toaster. And a kettle. Yep, there.
And it's clean.
Clean. And we have some coffee. Coffee maker, so I guess there's... Yep, we have bowls. We have 4 cups. These are like the ones in England, Max. Did you bring any Starbucks cups? Look at the size of them, they're like... they're alright.
I know.
Half a cup.
There's some upstairs I can grab easily.
Oh, look at this, you got kiddie stuff. Here's your eating stuff, Max. Easy to clean.
There's your trash policy.
Oh, what does it say about the trash policy? That's the thing, you have to be careful when you come to these places. You have to follow the trash policies. 2 more trips should do it. Put that in the what do you call it, closet, and then you get your clothes out from there.
You know, it's covered in it.
Max has just seen this glitch all over the sofa.
That means we're going to be sparkly.
Sparkly. So we now need to unpack. We're really glad there was an elevator.
Yeah.
Because it made it a lot easier getting all that stuff up here. We've got to unpack everything and put it away. One other thing I need to mention, if you're looking at pricing these Airbnbs, watch out for the stealth tax, and the big one is the cleaning.
Yeah.
This one was actually more expensive a night than the last one, but the overall package was about $300 cheaper because they put a tax on for cleaning. It came in with COVID, sanitization, cleaning, and some people are charging $200-300 to clean the apartment after you leave. The more reasonable ones put the price up a little bit and take the cleaning costs down. So it actually works out cheaper for you. But just check that one when you're going. It's not just the price it gives you when you're in Airbnb, it's when you get the final price with the tax. But the cleaning is the one, you know, that really gets you. So thank you for watching. I hope it's been useful. Give you some idea of getting an Airbnb in Orlando. You can't tend to get them close to the theme parks. You're gonna have to go like we are on the 192 near the Loop, north of Orlando. Avoid downtown Orlando, that's a bit sketchy. Yeah. In those areas around sort of the SeaWorld area, close to SeaWorld's a bit sketchy. Around, what's it called, that Heathrow and Williamsburg, around that area. But it's not too bad on iDrive South. iDrive South's good, and where we are is good. So yeah, just look at the ratings. Go for, as we say, go for Superhost. Get free cancellation. If there's somebody local or somebody you know going to Orlando, ask them just to check out the area for you, to give you some feedback, what they think about the area. We're happy here. Yeah, we're not near the elevators. At the moment, we're not near any screaming kids or dogs. But there was one. There was one in the corridor. Yeah, that's the thing. If you don't want dogs, look for one that don't have pets.
Yeah, this one did accept pets.
I needed high-speed Wi-Fi for work. It's going to be working from here, so check that out. Elevators a must. There's a gym. There's a pool. But for us, the big reason for getting this one was proximity to the DIY stores, because that's where we're going to be heading soon. Because it doesn't look like this toilet's arriving anytime soon. We may have to go get another one. But thanks for watching. Really appreciate you taking the time out. If you like what we do, please like and subscribe, helps the channel. Put your comments below. That's the end of our hacks for Airbnb in Orlando, and we will see thee later. Bye.
Bye.